Hi, Ron Benning here. In this video, I will be giving a Sacramento Fourplex update for the time period ending August of 2024. I do my best to keep this analysis real without any agenda other than to just give you good objective guidance. In this video, I will look at the key market trends like the average list price, the average sale price, the days on the market, and inventory level trends. I will also touch briefly on the interest rate trends. I do a level of analysis that nobody else is doing in this market for fourplexes, and this helps pull back the curtain just a little bit to see the Sacramento Fourplex Market in a way that you may never have seen until now unless you've been watching my monthly update videos. Developing trends leave evidence. If you want to know what is likely to happen in the Sacramento Fourplex Market over the next month or two, watch to the end of the video. August of 2024 was a neutral market for fourplexes in Sacramento. We currently have a 5.8 month supply of inventory on the market. You will notice that there were some very interesting trends here. The first is that despite the month's inventory falling rapidly, the inventory continued to trend up rapidly too. You may be wondering, how could the month's inventory be going down while the inventory is still trending up? That's because pending sales rose sharply this month. I believe this is in large part because of two things. First, interest rates have fallen over the past 50 days, and that has led to a spike of new buyer activity. The second factor is that there have been more inventory entering the market at the lower end of the market, with those being the units that are selling. This can be seen in the large gap between the average list price and the average sale price. Last month, I suggested that there was an unfilled need in the market for fourplexes below the $850,000 to $900,000 range. I believe that that could be filled by a few new properties that were priced properly. The property I had just listed last month when making the monthly update ended up having 4 offers and will close soon for just over the asking price. This confirms what I was predicting. With the exception of a couple of trophy properties, all the fourplexes selling have a GRM below 11. This is a great reason to be looking at my weekly GRM reports to spot the fourplexes in the sweet spot. Now with lower interest rate, these properties make a lot more sense than they did a few months ago, particularly because the duplexes have been being priced too high. If we look at the sold inventory, we will see that for the most part, the last year, that there's been on average about 4 fourplex sales per month. There have been a few months with 1 or 2 sales and a few months with as many as 6 sales, but this demand has been fairly consistent over the last few years. This makes the growing inventory more problematic for sellers that are not pricing competitively, because with a relative few selling, only the best deals will sell. When we look at the average list price and the average sale price, many of the active listings are these trophy properties at the top of the market, but most of the fourplexes that are selling are at the bottom of the market. There have been a few of the expensive ones sales that had good income numbers. The next chart shows that the increase in inventory has led to sellers accepting on average 94% of the original asking price. This gap has grown by 1% in the last 30 days, and it's the biggest that I've seen in some time. Due to the small sample size, the average days on the market for sold fourplexes isn't really very meaningful. But the average days on the market for active listings was 59 days this month. This is down about 20 days from last month at this time. This figure is consistent with sellers lowering prices to move inventory that has been aging. I've seen several units making multiple price reductions in the past month. 2 in particular have had 3 drops of $50,000 each time. The last drop put both of those properties into the sweet spot for buyers, and I believe that they're going to sell quickly now. Keeping an eye on these falling prices helps you find the best deals. I analyze all the fourplexes in the 10 counties surrounding Sacramento each week. By using my GRM analysis, we can target the right offer price for fourplexes. If you're thinking of buying a fourplex and you're not already on my GRM distribution list and MLS search feed, reach out to me so I can get you set up. If you're enjoying this analysis and you're not already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe now so that I can continue to keep you in the loop about investing in the Sacramento area, finding the best deals, and all the updates that are happening frequently. So what does this all mean to me? I think that the inventory of fourplexes may continue to grow over the next month or two. I believe that lower interest rates and rising inventory may drive pending sales up as some sellers compete by lowering their prices to get their properties sold. I think that the average sales prices for fourplex will likely be falling over the next few months until the excess inventory is starting to be absorbed and we're down to that 3 or 4 month supply. I believe there is still an unmet demand for 1 or 2 more sales per month based on historical numbers for fourplexes that is not currently being met at the price point below $850. If you have a property in this price range, it's a great time to sell. I believe there's likely to be an increase in buyers entering the market due to these lower interest rates and slightly lower prices over the next month or two at least. And I think the inventory may fall back into a more neutral range if all this happens. In my opinion, interest rates are likely to continue to go down slightly over the next 30 to 60 days. For buyers, I would be writing offers based on the GRMs that's an acceptable rate of return, and pretty much all of them that are selling are below 11 on my GRM report. And if it's below the asking price to get there, so be it. For sellers, if you have a fourplex that is in that $850,000 or less range, it's a good time to consider selling. If you're thinking of selling and want to know the value of your property, look in the description for a link to get an analysis on your property's value. And also to get an analysis of what your rent should be. Feel free to use the comment section below to ask any questions or let me know about any videos you'd like me to make. Whether you're thinking of buying or selling in the next 7 days or 7 months, feel free to call me, text me, email me, or set up a Zoom so that I can answer your questions and I will help you plan a smooth purchase or sale transaction.